What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades, and I'm doing a new camera angle, and this one's significantly better than the old one. Also, it doesn't deal with the issues of that window over there being the bane of my lighting existence. It took me so long to figure this out. Ah well. So, we're continuing our Let's Play of Straight Up Sister Zone. Last time we left off, we had that double date, and for some reason, our fake fiance was willing to let us hang out with Atsuya. Little odd, but I'm okay with that. But anyway, this time, I have no idea what's happening, but apparently, that morning, I was on my way to school when I happened to notice someone lurking near the entrance to Atsuya's bar. I don't think it's his bar. It's you! She was out again and disappeared just as suddenly as she had appeared. Cautiously, I drew the door open and peered into the bar, and there I see why she was acting all sneaky and suspicious. She had left a packed lunch on the counter with a flowery handwritten note. Without a second's hesitation, I drew the box open. Sheesh, onigiri, how basic. I guess for Japanese people, rice balls are generic and basic, but I wouldn't mind if a girl left a rice ball for me. Ladies. It's just I don't eat rice balls that often, so you know, that's kind of cute to me. And plus, like, that's not a thing in America where like a significant other would make, or someone who's interested would make a lunch for you. So, you know, in America, you take a girl out or take a guy out or whatever. But you know, in Japan, it's kind of cute. I want that. I want to be cute. Please let me be kawaii, doesn't it? Anyway. Oh crap, I forgot to start my timer. When you forget the freaking timer, I'm like 18 minutes in. I mean 22 minutes in, so let's start with 18 and go from there. Really, it's stupid how she keeps treating herself like she was his housewife. I mean, I have no idea if girls are that pushy in Japan, but in America they can be that pushy. So, yeah. Am I the one getting engaged or him? Jeez. Really, there's only one thing to be done. Why? I was hoping that we would get, like, a choice there where we'd be like, oh, do you leave the lunchbox or do you take it? I was gonna be like, leave it, because, you know, just leave it. But anyway, I take the lunchbox and skip on over to my house and into my kitchen. Now, to make the perfect replica. Would it be suspicious if I skipped school today just to see his reaction? It would be, wouldn't it? Oh, you bitch. When I walk into the bar later that day, I see the lunchbox still on the counter, unopened. Ho ho ho! Well, Atsuni, must be nice being popular, huh? Sure is. Quite pompously, he makes a show of undoing the napkin the box was tied up in. Would you look at that? Onigiri. Perfect. Little oval-shaped rice balls. That is a triangle! What do you think an oval looks like? That is a triangle! What is wrong with you? Spare me the live commentary. He raises it to his mouth and takes a bite. His face contorts as his taste buds take in what he's just eaten. In the very next second, he choked, clutching at his neck, and any sentence he was going to utter devolved into a full-on coughing fit. After a good 5 minutes or so, he straightened up and looked straight at me, his gaze narrowing accusatively. You switched them out, didn't you? I'm hurt that you have such little faith in me. Shuna. What did you put in them? Tell me. I need to know how likely I am to die from this. It's a rice ball, rice and salt and seaweed wrap. Simple. Wait. Then what are those colored ball-like thingies? It's rice? Oh my god. It's washing powder. Why would there be washing powder in the kitchen? For the dishes? You know, you put that stuff in the dishwasher. What? How sheltered are you? Oh wait, she's rich. Never mind. You tell me! But seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to kill me? Atsuni, I swear He was hysterical, unwilling to listen to anything I had to say. He came in with his little tirade, and all the while making disgusting gagging noises. Well, 2 could play at that game. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Last time you ate my cooking, you said you wanted to wash your mouth out with soap. Not literally. I aided you in the process. Goodbye, then. And cue a dramatic exit, complete with a flick of the hair. A hair flick? I don't have long enough hair for that, but I would love to do that, though. You little brat. Achievement unlocked. Food poisoner. There's not actual achievements in this. Like, I was thinking, like, it's on Steam. Oh, yeah, it is on Steam, actually. You can actually get this game on Steam, which is... Oh, God. The shame about having it here is that there's nothing to stabilize the freaking, the freak... Oh, crap. Sorry, everybody. Oh, sinking. Mark. Sorry, everybody. My camera fell off its podium, and I accidentally hit the button to stop the recording. My bad. But anyway, let's move on. I decided to drop by earlier than usual, mostly because it was raining, and rain made me weak, lazy. I feel the same way during rain. That's where me and Shuna agree. I genuinely hate rainy days. I hate when it's cloudy. I hate when it's... Oh, God. What's going on? Oops. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Sorry, it's just that, like, whenever I open back up Chrome, it goes back to the last page I was on, which isn't bad. It's just I want someone, like, put a comment on something that was responding to something I made a long time ago on YouTube. Whatever. I was met with a mostly empty bar and Atsuya's figure huddled over the counter with his forehead buried in his palms. What happened? Are you being let off? He seemed frustrated, and I didn't think what happened yesterday called for such a reaction. I approached cautiously. Atsuya? He seemed to jolt out of his trance. Hurriedly, he crumples up the piece of paper that was in front of him and keeps it balled up in his hand. Okay. Either that other girl, I forget her name, Nicole, I think? Am I thinking of something else? I think her name's Nicole. Either Nicole left a confession note and he doesn't know how to respond, or he's getting fired. He might be getting fired. Oh no. Would putting tape on the base of this make it more stable? I don't think so. Because when I tap on the table, like do this, it jiggles the camera. It's because it's on an empty tissue box. If it was full, it'd probably be different. Whatever. I'll deal with it. Suspicious. What's that? Nothing that should concern you. We have a little staring contest as I try to gauge his expression. He keeps a poker face so as not to divulge anything. OMG, what's that over there? Huh? I take the opportunity to take a hold of what part of the paper was sticking out of his hand and consequently snatch it away. Ah, Atsuya, as gullible as ever I see. Hey, give it back. Shush. My thoughts are brought to a halt as I see a ridiculous sum of money that was listed at the bottom, along with what I can only describe as a threat. A threat to denounce the right of the bar or pay off the so-called debt. What is this, Atsuya? Ugh. Whose debt is this? Don't tell me you've been borrowing money behind people's backs. You honestly think I would do that after what happened with my deadbeat dad? Well, no, but this makes no sense. I thought all the initial money was paid off. Ugh, this is fairly recent. That good-for-nothing man, given his inability to stop gambling, ended up neck-deep in debt again. And surprise, surprise, guess what he gave up as collateral this time? The bar. Bingo. Atsuya, calm down. Oh, I'm calm, alright. I'm as calm can be. What is with him? Gambling's one thing, but this sheer amount, even if I were to suck my college fund dry, I couldn't pay off half of this. And there's no way I'm giving up this place. Our only means of livelihood for some third-rate guy who just up and disappeared one day. Maybe you should go to the police. Oh no, I'm taking this as it comes. I stare at the sum of paper and then hand it back to him. And back to him. You know, I could help pay this off if you... I mean, you have quite a tab to pay. I have quite the tab to pay you back. What tab? Your orange juice tab isn't even easily 2.5% of this sum. But if you could take it as a... Oh goodness, there you go again. Huh? Don't you think it's pretentious of you, Shu? Huh? You constantly complain about being an heiress, how you wish you were just a regular person. But when it comes down to it, you don't even hesitate flaunting the money you have. Money that just happened to be in your name because you were lucky enough to be born to the right people at the right time. Atsuya, I didn't mean... I was just saying that... if you could just get up at High House for a minute and look around. Atsuya, I did not mean it that way. He seems to freeze in his tracks, his eyes widening as he forced himself to take calming breaths. When he speaks up again, his voice is shaky. Maybe you should leave now, Shu. That was Atsuya's way of protecting me, pushing me away as always. And as much as I wanted to cling onto his sleeve and insist I would stay by his side, I knew that it was best to give him the space that he needs now. Yeah. It was all I could do to stumble out of the bar and onto the street. Once I was there, I couldn't move an inch even as the rain pelted on me. Never had I ever in my wildest dreams thought that he'd yell at me like that. Maybe he was right though. Maybe I was being pretentious, flaunting the money that wasn't even rightfully mine to begin with. I only wanted to help. I didn't. My thoughts stopped short as a vague feeling of deja vu overtakes me. That's right, something similar had happened before. Atsuni, why are you working hard all by yourself? Can't you let your father help you? The old man's run away, Shu, and Mom can't make enough to feed us and send me to school. Oh, that's why. Daddy said you should sell the bar. The bar's all we have, we can't. If it's money, I can give you my allowance. Oh please, as if I can depend on a 7-year-old allowance for my livelihood. But, I don't want to know how much you're getting, Shu. It'll only depress me further. Okay. I asked Daddy to help you and he agreed. Why would you do that? I hadn't ever expected Atsuni, the calm, tender, and caring Atsuni, to shout at me like that. His fingers held my shoulders like a vice, in a vice like a grip, and the look on his face was scaring me. Because Atsuni is suffering, and Shuna doesn't want... Stop it. Shuna, just stop. Things aren't that simple. But Stay out of this. Atsuya, we should accept their kindness, honey. But Mom! Tears rolled down my cheeks. I just wanted everyone to be happy. Never did I ever think Atsuni would be so horribly angered. My fists are clenched desperately at the hem of my father's coat, and he seems to notice my knuckles turning white. He speaks up in a gentle voice, but delivers a statement with the undertone of an order. 3 years. I'll support your family for 3 years until Atsuya becomes old enough to apply for part-time jobs. After that, you can pay me back what was spent, although I don't really want to, I'll accept it. Working now, when you're still in elementary school, would be problematic, both for you and your mother. Once you're in middle school, you can take up part-timing. I'm ready to work right now! Do you think anyone's going to employ an elementary brat for any worthwhile job? There were often times when I wished my dad was less blunt, more adhering. But on that day, it was his bluntness that saved Atsuni, that drove the reason into him. My advice is to sell the bar, but if you don't want to, you can lease it out for now. I'll help manage it until you turn into a high schooler and take over. But sir, no plausible protest, I believe. Atsuni opens his mouth, but closes it again before giving a hesitant nod. I understand. He bowed deeply, his shoulders visibly trembling and his voice cracking the slightest bit. We would like to humbly accept your assistance. Such a troublesome boy. Let's go, Shuna. Oh, okay. I didn't want to leave him there like that, with his head bowed so pathetically, possibly crying. At this point, I was yet to understand how I had possibly led to his pride being trampled upon. I guess I never learned, huh? My thoughts are interrupted as a sneeze rakes its way through my body. By the time I head back home, I'm drenched from head to toe, and I leave a trail of dripping water as I make my way back to my room. I felt cold, and it really wasn't because of the rain. I get it. I get where he's coming from, but in this scenario, he kind of deserves to be a little bit selfish. I get that, like, he doesn't want to, like, rely on Shuna or rely on Shuna's money, but I don't know where his hatred for rich people comes from. I guess it could stem from the fact that he's friends with a rich person. I guess it could stem from the fact that, like, his best friend is rich and that his father gambles a lot. But I don't know. Like, personally, from my perspective, he should have taken the help. It was a good deal, in all honesty. Shuna's dad was like, I'll support you for 3 years. You don't have to pay me back, but I'll take it if you want to pay me back. I don't really need it. He's being genuinely charitable. Like, it makes sense. It honestly makes sense. And it's not the worst thing you could do. You eventually have to, like, work for yourself. Oh well. Fevers suck. Like really head. Must you hurt like you'll explode any minute? My head is heavy and a more rational part of me knows that I should at least text Atsuni, check if he was okay after yesterday. But somehow I felt too tired to even move a muscle. Oh, curse this delicate body of mine. It was just a little bit of rain, damn it. I unwillingly ended up sleeping away the whole day. That actually happens. Like in Persona 4, that actually happens. Excuse me. Oh, we're going to Atsuni's perspective. What's with her? She's never missed showing up 2 days in a row. He flips out his phone and punches 1 on his speed dial and puts the receiver to his ear. Patiently, not very patiently, he waits out for the rings to end before setting it down on the counter, grumbling to himself some more. Did I go overboard that day? The least she can do is tell me, though. Grumble as he may, his pride won't allow him to take the trip down to the street to check up on her. Atsuya, what's wrong? It's nothing. That smile of his is so fake. The door draws open and a few burly men walk in. Got the money together, kid? Like I said, I owe you nothing. We've already paid back what the deadbeat dad of mine owed you. His current business is no concern to us, do you hear? Just hand over the bar to us before someone gets hurt, kid. Sir, there's already the petty threats, as expected of mindless thugs. Atsuya, don't provoke them. Do you have a death wish? Let's see you do your best, then. No sooner did he speak, he was hit with a blow straight to the jaw. Atsuya! Huh? What's that commotion? With much difficulty, I drag myself to the window and peer outside, only to see a few gasping women crowded around the entrance of Atsune's bar. Damn him, as popular as ever, as you see. Here I am, suffering with this fever, and he had his fangirl horde breathing down his neck. The next second, though, there was this huge crash and the sound of shattering glass, and a lot of them gasped Atsune's name. A fight? Atsune! My mind seemed to clear up instantaneously as I stumbled out of bed and half tripped down the stairs. Barefoot and still in my nightgown, I dashed across the street and wade my way through the crowd of these useless fangirls. My blood goes cold the moment I lay eyes on the scene. 3 thugs thrashed the bar, and Atsune's figure crouched on the floor with that woman standing behind him, her face contorted in terror. My head is spinning ridiculously, but I manage to stumble towards Atsune. I put my hand and shield him from the thugs. Move aside, little girl. Leave. Now. Ho-ho, a feisty one. What if we don't? The man makes a move toward me, but I don't budge, even as his face looms over mine. And God, did he need some breath mints. I swear, if you touch another hair on his head, I'll personally make sure you see hell and never return. He laughs, his tone heavy with mockery. Oh, and how is a little princess going to do that? Ever heard of the Hanyu group? Ever heard of the heiress who's soon to come of age? I'll overlook what happened this time, and the Hanyu group will pay what sum stands right now. But shoo! Shut up, Atsuya. I'm not sure where this courage was coming from, my fever or the rage that came from seeing blood dripping down Atsune's chin. However, in return, you are never to return here again to recollect someone else's debts. These people no longer have any association with that man, and this bar is no longer his property. Now make yourself scarce, or should I call my security on you? They seemed just a little intimidated at the mention of security, but for the most part, once they heard they'd get the money, they calmed down considerably. Once I collected their bank details and invoice saying what money was for what, the men didn't speak much. I think they might have turned to leave. My surroundings were starting to blur away considerably as fatigue from all the shouting crept back and overtook me. Also, you're sick. You're very sick. Before I knew it, I plummeted to the ground. Only the impact never came. A pair of warm arms had encased me. Warm arms that were trembling ever so violently even as they held me tight, units that kept me close to their much warmer chest. Ah, this feels nice. When I came to, it's already the next day, and it's the sound of rain as it softly pelts the window of my bedroom. I actually think that's a good place to stop for now, despite my timer saying I have a minute left. Whew, that was heavy. I get where Atsune's coming from, but look where his pride took him. He doesn't want to rely on anyone else. I get that. But his pride took him to a place where he got injured, his bar got thrashed, and guess what Shuna did? Went over in her sickly state, protected him, and then proceeded to pass out, which is not healthy for anyone. So yeah, pride can only get you so far, everybody. That's the lesson here. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from the series, hit that subscribe button, and you're not exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys next time. Bye!